All right. Good evening. 7 o'clock, and we're going to start our select board meeting. I'd like to start with the warrants. I'd like to make a motion that we approve payroll $1,885.96. Do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to move that we approve accounts payable number 101, $17,674.17. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? All right, I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes for April 29th, 2020 select board meeting. Do I have a second? All in favor? At this point in time, and I should have mentioned this earlier, today is set 6 o'clock with the deadline for anybody wanting to apply for the assessor's for that position. And so April 29th.
I was kind of hoping.
Oh,
that we should
yeah.
discuss.
It's even worse. All right, this is from Evan Witkowski. He says, I have reviewed the request proposal for the town of Westport Island assessor's agent position and submitting this response with adjustments to your request. My offer is a contract term of 6 months commencing on July 1st, 2024 and ending December 31st, 2024. My bid for the 6-month contract period is $22,900 for all services listed. Certification as a certified Maine assessor is attached. And we got it. Evan, by the way, is our person. And he is a certified. Looks like that and see proposal that we've had submitted. So our task tonight is to open this and then we'll talk about them. We just talk a little bit about it. You know, we're definitely looking for one of the things we did took the list of the state website, split
Yes.
Yes. So,
Could you?
Computer or their microphone or whatever. It's almost like it's on a delay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, we can hear you. You're actually unmuted.
I've been called tonight to run it on.
But just a little commentary discussion. So it's a 6-month period proposal which would be acceptable. The price of $22,500 is
a lot.
yes. So my inclination would be to definitely not accept this. Because we could negotiate, so I'm not sure much less expensive. So it's what we've got from our RFP so far. We have the potential some others, including the one that you got contact with. We can.
It's possible, yes.
I will.
I think the same thing is if we had any, I'd like to go back.
It also spoke to Evan. Everything else is named. Takes anybody to do the job. Wow. Yeah. Okay.
I think we lost Cheryl.
So, yes, we have to do a motion.
Well, we can table, I move we table this.
I think table it and, because we don't have to make a decision
No,
tonight,
see.
but if you have,
I will call tonight.
yes, thank you. So we will table this, but.
I move.
I mean, then we table this, so. You moved, I'll second it, all in favor? Aye. So April, I'm gonna put this in publication. There it is. All right, citizens issues. And I knew you were gonna be here, Mario. I have, the Wormwood issue down under other legal business, but since you're here, I'll go ahead and, assuming that's why you're here.
Yeah,
you
where
let
do
me know?
we stand?
Yeah, I actually am in contact with him every week and, I talked to him this week again. He has put in his permits. He has gotten approved for the permits. He told me the other day that he and his wife had taken 2 truckloads of stuff to the dump. And I know it's hard to see whether that is, because when you have that much trash, 2 loads might not look like anything. But I will talk to him again, and actually, somebody today offered me a truck so that we could actually go over there and maybe physically help him move stuff so that we know that things are being. I also was thinking that one of the issues seems to be, the very obvious, accounts that we could put a note in Facebook and say, is anybody interested in house, because they're great for burning. And if there's something that he needs to get rid of, and he's not doing anything about it, that somebody could use it. So, I can do that. Not immediately, but I will take care of it. So that's another, thought that I had today. I am in contact. Now there's a deadline. And I'm not gonna wait until a deadline before getting some more threats. Yeah, I'm trying not to threaten yet. He is in contact with me. And so at this point in time, I'm trying to take the high road.
As far as I can tell, nothing. No laws. She giving you some photos.
He has given me photographs.
Showing photos.
It's hard to tell because I'm not sure what I'm looking at, but he did show me that, the last photos, it seems like there was a truckload or something, I don't remember now. I didn't look at him today, but he is, sending pictures, but I think what I'd like to do is ask or tell him that I will start to take pictures myself. And,
So
just
the
do
next
more
question I have, what's the status of this? Bill,
that's what he needed a permit for, and you've got those just this past week. Yeah, yeah. So I don't know where he is with him. I know he contacted somebody for the metal. Because there's a lot of metal there that could be, he actually could get some money out of it if he sold the scrap metal. My understanding is he has been to do that.
well, like I mentioned, I've been informed him of
I have not, that's what I will wait to do.
and that's not village. You should say, look,
Yep,
this
yep,
is the law, this other
Yep.
things, okay, help fellow.
yep. I will plan to do that. Like I said, I've been having weekly conversations.
No, state, right?
Yes, it has.
He doesn't do it.
Yeah.
I'm picking it up, the guy that's in the state, he doesn't pay for the lien.
Exactly. And I know he doesn't want that, so, I'm working on it, and as I said the other day, it's, when you're here and you remind me, it's,
Poor guy, sir,
no,
it's
I
not,
know, I know he hasn't been drinking more than
So-
2 years.
My next thing. Oh. Oh, look at my. God. It's in. See,
That's
it has to be secure
Yeah.
in some kind of metal bin or something. So whatever breaks out, it's easy.
Yeah.
Because that full of wire. Fuse line,
Yeah.
white
Yeah.
fluid.
Yeah.
Grease, all that stuff goes in. Then the complaint is.
Yep. I will continue to be in contact with him. It's gonna be a slow process. There's a heck of a lot of stuff.
Oh, I know.
And even if it takes 2 or 3 truckloads, you can't see any difference. So, at least,
Right now, there's no problem. I go by every day. That's all.
Gary,
Fenced it off of. Basically, we're not going out reaching people, but if other residents complain, it's obviously in violation of state law. It's not even our violation.
And everything is this.
His problem is his property is within 300, it's close to his neighbors. And that's the big part.
70.
It's the big part of it.
Yeah.
Whereas if you had this yard somewhere else and nobody was around.
It wasn't the guy. Oh, he has complained. I don't know the guy well, but that's what I found. Complain. He has a brain tumor. Doesn't have much money. He complained 4 years ago with George. He complained to the sheriff. He spoke to a lawyer. He had nothing happen. So I figured, let's not single him out. It's just a matter. He would take his. If we would have a clause.
he does have,
Has nothing to do with singling. So.
what he said, but they've been sitting there for years.
Apparently
What I
not.
can tell, yeah.
That's what, a couple years ago, that's what it said. It's gonna be some, it's fire. No indication there. And
It's
they
like the
knocked
same
out
palette.
smaller,
There's also an
more
aquifer
there than what
behind
they choose.
But yeah, there's also an aquifer behind his house. We have no idea what the back of this is. But there is a
It's
town aquifer.
Household. It's stuff.
So it's. The biggest issue is really the machines, the engines, and how close that they are, to the neighbor's property and to the aquifer. That's our town water. Yeah, evidently he's been trying for 4 years, and it's my mission to fix this problem. Because it has been going on for 4 years, and I don't think it should. Yeah. Okay.
Stop.
It's the fire department also, they don't have access to the house. They could not get.
And they've already had a fire at the house. So, there are just several issues that just, and, you know, his property does meet the criteria for, a junkyard. At least in theory. It is,
Per the statute, what's on that property?
although he cannot
And-
have a junk.
And so by the statute, you require him to register as a junkyard. Because you can't have an unpermitted junkyard. Didn't have a junkyard application. We created one, gave it to him to make his application. But we can also deny him because of the danger that presents.
But his doesn't meet the criteria.
It-
for a junkyard
That, it's permittable.
statute.
It's permittable. Yes, you're right. It's a junkyard per statute, but it fails the criteria for it to be permitted. So we denied the permit.
So,
I don't think we It's a state house. Yeah, and we had no ordinance for that. Yeah, he didn't even submit an application.
Well, we gave him that.
Yeah, we made an
Having
application.
opportunity, but knowing that it wouldn't
Wouldn't pass.
pass the bill.
No.
No.
No, actually, his,
No.
very nice.
Be really considerate of the situation and be patient with him,
Ever
because
backwards.
it's new to us, so.
Well, and also, there are those who, are compulsive, who, you know, my fear is that we clean it up by the end of June and lo and behold, it starts up again. Because just there are, you know, and so we'll have to monitor that. But our first goal is to get it cleaned up. And, you know, I know the pallets are right there, obvious, and I think if we could clean those up, we could at least see what else is there and if anything else is being done. And, you know, the metal, he could get rid of a whole bunch of stuff, and maybe get some money out of it, which would be a nice thing to help, you know, trying to think of the positive side. And so I'm having conversations with him every week. We ask him to take pictures every week of progress. And, you know, it took a while because we had a lot of rainy weather. But that, you know, it's gonna start again, but it's been decent weather. And so, you know, he has told me that he started taking some things, but, you know, two truckloads wouldn't make a dent. And so he's got to be doing that constantly. And I would continue.
Yeah, and I think he would always. He would. Someone else has to jump. It's not. It's fun.
And that's impacting.
Yes,
neighbors.
Oh, yeah. As I said, keep nudging me. I will.
I'll be back.
Yep. I enjoy seeing you, so thank you. All right, let's go on to roads, and you want to give a little update on the meeting we just had? And anything else with roads? You're gonna have a plan for us too. Yes. Where's there? Bigger road, Baker Road.
So we'll try that. So. It's too big for the check. here. Brain, spy surgery. This week.
You gotta hold a meeting.
Right. Fourth.
And they'd be great. Are you losing a member, Jim?
Well.
Or is, it says one member term expires
Vacancy.
June, yeah. Same thing.
Says one, yeah,
Can't remember who's listening. Gary?
Well, I think probably Ross.
Well,
Ross had been.
so committee didn't have a second member. So when we passed the committee's policy, because they had 6, and one committees haven't even members. Yeah, we have to. So let's make it 7. Created a big. So you didn't have a big. So I got notification. So now there's a. That is the same as on.
Yep.
To consider that.
So. Sure.
There you go, we got it on tape. Yeah,
We would say we're just a little bit, we have towards the end. of
Yeah,
the
the-
session.
Greenleaf.
That puts this in context.
Go ahead.
Well, obviously,
Yeah.
well, okay,
We're allowed to switch, and it makes perfect sense since we already did the, formal review.
this is the recurring Baker Road issue. As we keep working that, we had an executive session with our attorneys on Thursday. To discuss the situation, what we can do in the legal sense. What we come out of that was the sense that we want to do monuments. So Jim was talking, the surveyor Colin Wilson, to put in place. So we have monuments that are virtual because we did register the monuments, UPS monuments, but it's hard for a sheriff's deputy to see virtual monument. And so there is a benefit to that. We talked with the attorneys that they out removing obstructions in the which we can do with certain consequences. And it would be still useful to have monuments in place to make it clear where the parking continues to be objects in the roadway. They're not significant enough for the sheriff's department to take action, for the DA to prosecute. So, we're trying to say, what can we do to stop spinning our wheels, wasting some of our time. We do not want to waste town money pursuing lawsuits that don't go on. So we're trying to go forward with the monuments in place that hopefully we'll be able to clearly say, this is the property line, be able to instruct this.
A monument's gonna be probably
Piece of rebar.
rebar.
So it's crazy, but so
Get it wrong, but no.
It's.
Yeah, we were wondering how big a piece of rebar we could use, so that you can't just readily cut it off.
Yeah, but
again, because we did have Monuments Place in 2019 survey. Yep. So did, as I said, full, the law offices of David presents.
Yes.
You know, complain, asking them, tell us clients to do stuff.
And
Didn't hear anything. Just talk to an associate. Suspect them. I, again, don't know how useful that is, because you don't know if the green is listening to.
that was one of the requests from the lawyer, was to nag the other one. Because it was imposter syndrome. And you want everything like that. It's something that you guys need to have.
We trying to do that, and that's partially getting coach from our attorney. So a lot of things. Because again, this is just kind of, we're not quite sure how to break out, trying to get it. Some more, we call the action. Albert put stuff in the small. No.
Just don't clean up the spring grading. The spring burglar. It's a couple. And they used to be on. Sign still there, hanging, outside. Somebody took the top off. Oh,
Why would anybody want?
blankets, blankets.
Sorwell, I was wrong. Sorwell wasn't so. Will's Point.
That's what I was thinking, somebody with Willis, yeah.
So.
It's expensive.
It's expensive. Oh, it's like 20.
It's illegal.
Ceiling, but I cut. Soup. Here. There. Change. Yes.
Jackhammering.
Yes,
Yeah, too, right?
hammering.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna do.
Say.
Sis.
Just before Cloud Point there, where,
No, that's when was that around? You go to the end of the hot dog, keep on going. You get to a point where you're doing it. Last year, no. It's my plan.
So I'm saying partially because you're right, I mean, there actually was a letter that came in today. So why don't you,
and Jen, you'll have somebody type that up for you so that we'll have that there, yeah. So it sounds like you're in the process of getting ready for a warrant item or two.
Yeah. I really wish I could take notes down. On that meeting. See. What I'm afraid of, when I say, well. Small bites. Raise appointments.
Where did you go?
Oh,
You'll work with Ashley and.
Yeah.
You'll work with Ashley in April, and getting a warrant together. Talk about it some more.
so first I'm proposing that we have a for discussion that we want, within a month, so that we can get some input. That would be the key.
So instead of people putting Band-Aids. Some people from East Shore Road who came to a meeting and talked about speeding, so maybe if you keep those roads bad. Yeah. you got the speeders.
Good. Saying so. Scary. She's not. still end up with a substandard. Really.
Makes perfect sense, so. Things to meet before and. Right, any correspondence? Anybody? All right, we'll go on to admin items. We have quite a few here. First on our list is committee vacancies. People?
Jeff had asked me on Tuesday, short on leaving.
They need one off. Oh, they need two off. One and two.
Thanks. I think, partially with that from committees that are indeterminate in terms of, part of what we want to find out is just, sometimes we have people who are, for instance, members who don't really contribute.
Well, I always check.
So that's why we need to go back and do that. I can say that for the town hall convention, we need a chair. And we probably weren't sure. That's one of those, the people who are make it work. So if we had people interested, that would be great. I'd suggest check with Richard, but you don't really have many active members at the point. I suggested one person. Yeah, have to check with Richard about that, and also just.
Yeah.
Because we do have work that's proposed, don't know too much more about it. We'd like to have a committee that's active and talking.
I'm going to go back to the town hall committee because I think one of the issues, what is their purpose? And if the purpose is just to fix things, it's a different purpose from having somebody who's interested in figuring out how to use the town hall, making it more alive and using it for different purposes. And so I think being really clear on what's reminding member might be helpful. Well, I know somebody who's on the committee and I know who to talk to again. And, but, you know, I look at what the committee, says, and it says it's there to fix things. So it's like fixing things. It's not the same. And I really have an interest in seeing how this could be used. You know, probably figuring out the acoustics so that we could actually invite musicians or something there. Because I've sent things to you before about acoustics. There are acoustics that temporary ones that you could put up there. So that if you had a band playing or even your town meeting, like we can't hear anything. Because it's like the voices go right up into Netherland there. And so so I think those kind of conversations have with people who may be interested in that.
What's the
town hall is interested in doing?
well, traditionally, the town hall committee has been focused on observing, maintaining, doing the work to make it available for people. Here's that were possible, and then advising the town, select board, and the town about capital. some major things like that. So it's true, it's not been something like
Is there an interest?
encouraging the use of the town.
Yeah.
We have a community association and citizens of the community. But to make the town hall something that could be used, that committee's there to. So the skill sets are more energy to clean, to small repairs, and then advise, kind of do some planning.
So would they be in charge of things like a refrigerator that isn't working or a coffee urn not working?
That could be part of it, yeah. Refrigerator.
It is,
Yeah.
yeah, but it's in pretty bad shape.
No, it's a great shape. We used it.
We did
It
at
doesn't
pancake
look very
breakfast.
good.
Yeah, we
It's
wouldn't
looked
use it
very
at the pancake. But, we didn't want any. We didn't want any food coming out of it. So maybe somebody. cleaned it up.
It was an action, I think. It's all the eye in the ball.
Good, okay. All right,
You should have, like I said, you're going to. You gotta. Do it before. Ice make, thing.
that's and then there isn't a chair right now, which is one of the problems. There is a committee with no chair, and
And I'm currently,
so I guess you talk to Jeff about it. We definitely need an urn there, not just WDA. How many? 70s? Wow, yeah, I'd like to have that many people in their session. That's a big urn.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
well. A lot of stuff got taken in the last 2 years.
Yeah,
Which was not necessarily good. We had a lot of excess stuff that was. Yes, the committee should be able to assess and having a new originally document. What we've got actually does work. Yeah, they're cleaning it up.
Yeah, it did work. It looked so bad. It's like none of us wanted to put food in there that we were gonna then share with the town. I think you guys should say thank you for that. It was pretty bad looking, and
On the outside.
urn was definitely, did not work. So we wound up, several people, the WCA just brought coffee pots and just kept filling them so that we could serving people. Definitely for some reason the urn, but in the one that was there, and I know they use it for the town meeting, they use it for other purposes, but.
Over the years,
Better to work.
no, we haven't touched it. Over the years, people. That's 3 or 4 different types of stuff. But the last 2 years, a lot of stuff just can't speak to that person. Yeah.
No.
I don't think it was stolen. I just think that the people said, "Oh, we don't need this here. Let's get rid of it." Unfortunately. But
So, yeah, so maybe we can have a conversation about that. And actually, we have a WCA meeting tomorrow night. And I'll try to remember to mention that to them because the WCA has a lot of stuff there and we have a place we can store some of it and some of the other we put upstairs just so that it is.
I think we should have a plan. Then it's what. All that stuff there. Small.
No, they're the 2 things that I know of that we talked about. And I think they were brought up.
You know, so plan. It's how things start.
Yeah, those are the only 2
So,
items that
right.
I know of that are issues.
this conversation really goes back to what the committee should be doing.
Going, but. So,
Yep.
it's the way.
Yeah, you're on my list. But go ahead.
Right. See something else.
Yep. Yep.
Novel, very. Upgrade HVAC system such as this here, anything that would make town space. When we had an emergency, other than that, wasn't even space. And we needed in order to find small meeting outside in the winter time. Yeah. The first but for a number of things, town that it's not
We actually have two, big ideas that we're talking about. April's been talking about the ramp, so to make it ADA accessible. And, Lisa's been talking about the heating. So both of those would,
the HVAC, yeah, just from. You have elections.
Yeah,
Um,
we have started that process into ramp, for the ordinance to be fixed. with the
And
ramp.
that is, again, anything on waste, doors, HVAC system.
There's possible grants that we can get from this. We talked about, I talked to Jason Berg. Making the town hall meeting.
Right.
There's another,
Town does,
right,
because that's fine.
right, so we're talking about possibly putting in bathroom. But this is all stuff that we also talked about wanting to talk to the town about, because
Yep.
it's not our call to do all that with the building
if the town's
if
not.
the town doesn't go that far with the town hall, but it.
Being able to ensure. We need a long shot. Is to bring these issues too. And most of them raise it. And this just happens to be time. Yeah. So if no one
While we're on that, I had asked you to come talk about the ARPA funds, and one of the things that we had talked about a year or so ago is where we talked about doing an electronic sign, and using the funds to do that. And it feels like however those funds are used, they have to be used by the end of December. Yeah. That no matter what we do, whether we want the sign still, and I know there are people who don't want the sign, and there are people who do want the sign. I think whoever is putting up the signs there now is probably would love it, something more electronic, because it is dangerous to go there and post things.
Yep, all positive. Things. Those two things.
I would, yeah, she is really important. It's, and, we really need to find space, it's safe, it's appropriate air circulation. That, put into more without it being,
We need to have the ADA accessibility.
Do we think the 31?
No, definitely not. Yeah.
Which one of those things? And I think kind of leaned towards. The voting is too successful. Yeah, I have. There's this they're kind of. Rolling through the sort of thing. No,
they can. Well, it's not the biggest part of the expense, it's just, it is cost of town. To their. So it's just, yeah, if we did this back when these screens were, it would.
Is, does the town still want it? And that's where I feel like it's gotta come for the town. It's like, we have 31,000 to spend, gotta have it
So we
spent.
have a lot of.
Mhm. Easily could be spent, but
Right.
but what we had talked about so long. And I like the idea, but it's like, I'm not one making the decision, it's gotta be a town's decision. And I remember having a meeting here, and there were people that were really opposed to the sign. And so I feel like it's got to be a conversation and a town decision on
Yeah.
how we use that money. And if they say yes to a sign, and we can proceed. If not, if they say no, then that money could be used for other projects. It's clearly legal. Even
Yeah.
for those other purposes, yeah. Yeah.
Where it comes from, I think it's designed to do. It's designed to have this gift. It's designed.
The bird was so-
I think the loosen the requirements. Again, it's also reasonable governmental. This is the original.
Nice.
And I'm glad for this, because that's part of what I want, which we got things we need to do. This is a pot of money. And it seemed very appropriate to talk about the town. And the things we had, because initially we talked about, which we figured out we probably do. Last year.
last year it's like.
General knowledge.
Yep.
Right. So does she have?
No. Because if it got that article that that article. And that gave general attitude. Yeah, the idea that they're quitting. Not only is the readiness and prepare for emergencies, but people and decision.
do. I just remember there was a lot of, there are a few people that are helpful.
Like, here's our-
Exactly.
I just wanna know, like, oh my god, sorry, we'll figure this out.
No.
On the other hand, it's church use.
Yeah.
I mean, if you decide you want to go back in with something when you narrow it down, to specific project use, you can do it.
This is the opportunity though to talk, get input.
If we don't spend this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So is that,
You don't, it has to be obligation, which basically I covered for everything. It's one. It's not obvious.
well, I guess what I'm saying is the wording in the warrant, even if you don't spend it in this year.
Yeah.
It's still good in the next, this.
The wording refers to, we have selected, the funds have to be selected. We've appropriated. That's,
For those,
yeah, but we still have the, and the only restriction on these funds is that they need to be spent on. So that.
And I have. In December.
With, and, but it also.
Yeah.
So really, it's a decision that three of us will have to make. As far as,
It's proposing, I think.
well, yeah, the challenge, be nice to be able to do it before the town meeting. Like, your issue, it's like, how do you get input from people? And when you have a session, because I've been to some of the sessions when we have meetings to take people on school board and everything else. Get kind of people who already know all about. You're not getting the real, so. Exactly.
That's why you don't
right.
have to have
Well,
an attorney, because
Yep.
you're gonna get 80 people.
Yeah.
So. Right afterward. Team meeting. Well, before that meeting, stuff.
So that you can open discussion. Is, should we have a additional heart? Yeah. It's. It's like. So now that we have.
It's part of.
It
Yeah,
It's
make
been
reference to the
changed.
entrance. You did a good job.
So you have. Yeah. And was. It's not. Should be grab. Find is a. You know, have 100% each child there. Against anything.
One of the issues is knowing what's out there as far as grants, and if you can get a grant for something, then why use that money? You know, if we say the number one priority is this, but we can get a grant for it, then maybe we don't need to focus on that, we use this money for something else, and knowing it's available, what's out there. I know that Lisa, you've been looking at, and I think April's been looking at the ramp issue, and we definitely have a legal issue, legal responsibility. Which we have not done.
Very least.
Yes, minimum. But, yeah, so we need to do some research on an advisory. All right, while we're on that, anything else to add to it? Okay, not.
In partially the back of my mind, it's there. And you can apply that. So as we get into talking, but we should plan on using.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
It makes sense. You know, when they talk about when they about spending. We're small teams, paying money.
I know you have a lot on your plate, I can't even ask you anything, but, there's any way that you could revisit that sign and get a sense for what it might cost to make?
Yeah, I know, well. Yeah. So. Research started and in research on that. So. It's just.
We want to go back to committee vacancies, we had the discussion. Question in broadband. And is that something that we still need? And so, lost a member, or is it something that we feel we're done with now and we don't need it? Is that something that has moved to disband?
People are welcome to probably concur that we can go.
cheating parts. It is. Need and resources. I'm standing. And Jason was the chair.
So I'd like to make a motion that we disband the broadband committee. I think it's called broadband and technology.
Original keyboard.
It's transitioned over time, yeah. Do I have a second? All in favor? All right, the real quick item on admin is our June meeting schedule. And obviously, one of the things we have in that schedule should be June 22nd. Thank you. Thank you, Gay. Oh, and Gay, I'm hoping to get some signatures today and then I'll put it in your box. It's on my list today. Be done. Okay. Thank you. So I don't know of any holidays.
No, it was every Monday's open and.
Yep.
Be there on the 10th. It's, before the election. So it's the 17th.
And the 24th, that works. And at this point in time, we still have our Thursday workshops, and the 22nd is our town meeting. There was a question about whether we started at 10 o'clock versus 9 o'clock. Is that question still on? Yeah, that's right.
So there are full. People know in time for the June. Nice schedule.
Yeah.
Guys think.
10 o'clock or 9 o'clock? She has a little one.
You might have noticed that.
Actually, I think it was, our moderator was also suggesting 10, wasn't
Well, he was happy. He said he didn't.
Yeah.
Don't break care.
No, but, you know, once that.
Well, I remember.
Well, one thing
meeting-
about somebody tennis, maybe we'd actually have the fire department lunches.
Yeah, because they're out there with hot dogs and stuff that they like to sell, which doesn't feel quite right for breakfast. Lunchtime, I want to go home. So. We have had a few of those, I remember, right? Yeah. There were some conditions, yeah. Not every year.
Well.
Oh, I just not to be able to see.
Just, as you're talking about the schedule, also think of that. You don't have the third board meeting, but I'd recommend.
To have a meeting.
First Monday after the 10th.
So it is a close, yep.
No.
So
20 is the first.
No,
After the,
July.
new board meeting,
Oh,
Right
oh,
there
oh,
first.
Yeah.
all the appointments get, so just plan on that. So
Yep, it's already, yeah. Okay, so that is done. April, do you want to mention the phones?
Yeah, we need new phones. But when you call, you think you're. There's other problems, a lot of other problems. So. into it. There's two options. And just skimmed her email briefly for this meeting. It looks like the following. We already used. So even if all one.
So I like to make a motion that we have Ashley confirm that and then follow through with taking care of this. Because I just, we looked at the emails earlier too, and we're just like comparing apples
We
to
have a
oranges.
number.
Yeah, but we'd like for her to look at that. We know there are two options, basically. Yeah,
Between the two.
yeah, and I know she's looking at which one is the most cost effective. So I'd like to make a motion that she proceed to figure that out and then let us know what she decides. Does it have a second?
If I could, so that I'd like that we still look at the.
Okay.
So we still come back so we can.
Well, basically, because we were given this, what each one was offering, we don't know in terms of how that reflects back on what we need here, which one.
I think both of them do the same thing at 5. I think what she's asked for is the 5 phone.
Or you can reconsider it again next week and we'll go another 2 weeks with that.
I just feel like we've been going with bad phones. And, I feel like Ashley has been doing the research and will know to make a decision and let us know what the decision is and why she chose it. But it looks like there are two options only, Spectrum and Consolidated, and there isn't a huge price difference.
I don't understand the price.
I didn't know. I'd like to, see your motion, I'd like to have it come back with their information clarified. So we can get some.
Okay, so no decision. You guys will have to do without phones for another week. Or 2, because it'll take, it'll mean, well, that's before they react to, yep, yep, just people without following
I just, like I said, it's the county phones. It's Robert's phones.
that. What we have now, if we ever need to make calls instead of,
Well, if you need to do like an executive session. It's, I think right now you have 2 phones there.
have what, 5 phones or something. 1 in each of your offices.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we could,
So like I said, she's done the research, but we'll postpone, yep. There's a green tractor
He's talking about our friend Greenwich.
that he just. It's dark.
That's the way the question is. Anyway, that's odd.
Always at night. Well, cameras?
Yeah, didn't know.
Okay, so phones are postponed again. So next thing on the agenda is, there's an authorized list, that can access surplus information, and Gay was in charge of that, and, we had a discussion about that.
Jay was one of the names.
Right, her name is now on.
I thought it was on,
No, I don't think so.
but
Just
just
find it.
the surplus is access to the surplus or they puts it out. So the challenge and nonprofit organizations
Can access.
Yeah.
Right. Find the, it's here, she place, because I needed signature. Yeah, maybe it's this. Originally there was one committee on there. We've taken off, no committees are on there, that there's all the staff and all of the staff and then all of the select board. People that were on it were people like George Richardson, Ross, they were still on this. So, basically I'm on it, Lisa's on it, Jeff's on it right now. We replaced the new person, Ashley's on it. Oh, and we included Stacy Hutchinson and Jason Page. We deleted Gabe as well.
What's the rationale?
We agreed that basically that, if anybody needs anything, should come to the town, for it, instead of having just anybody can go. And she specifically mentioned the history committee, and she said that they have so much stuff right now. She said that there is absolutely, we have stuff right now in our, that we, don't. And she said if they would need anything, you actually have,
I was on this too.
Dee Dee was on this, actually, Dee Dee should be on.
Last time,
Dee Dee's not
we got
on
a
this.
group through, I think TD one.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually for town facilities and so that's why the history committee, because we were outfitting the history center.
Right.
The same point could be made from the standpoint of the town hall committee in terms of anything that might be surplus equipment. The roads department, because there's equipment up there that's made available from DOT, it's possible as well.
Yep, yep, and so those committees, those individuals, those committees could come, they'd have to come to the board anyway. Use of, you know, saying I want this equipment, I want to buy it, or whatever.
These are the people who get into the facility.
Right,
So-
and
so-
but you can, my understanding according to Gay was that you could get into this with somebody else there.
You need someone who's
Right.
authorized to get
Right,
in. Okay,
yep, that's what,
so
Yeah.
you're signing up to be there.
absolutely, I want
driver.
to go there sometime.
Okay.
Yeah, yep.
Have you ever been?
But I see that Dee Dee is not on this list, but, basically,
She may not want to.
but we thought she was one that would represent the history.
She could.
Yep, yep. So, but basically, all these, until these names are deleted, like, I'm not on it. Jeff is on it, you're not on it, but people like Ross is on it. And so we needed to come up with a cleaner list, so she's been working on that. And we thought just to keep it cleaner, that the staff and the, select board could be on it. And then if, I think if the town hall committee wanted to be on it, so it's not even a chair. If anybody would be the chair, but we want that chair coming, saying, let's have a discussion about this. It's like you said, with all the equipment that you have, and honestly, you know, if you want a discussion, you say, wait a minute, we already have somebody who gives this for free without having to pay anything. Even if it's a reduced price. So, basically what this would do, actually looks like I'm the only one that has to sign it. No, everybody that has to sign it here. That we sign this and then give it to her and it gets, revised so that, people that should be on it are on it, people that shouldn't be. So I'd like to make a motion that we, approve, this list from Gay regarding the, authorized records. Would have a second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay. And you're opposed because you think committee members should just go on
No, I
their
don't.
own? No.
But I don't. I think you're not understanding how.
Well,
But that's
you
okay.
know, that it was Gay, I talked to about it,
Yep.
she was one of them. So if you have something that you would need from the history committee, you would talk to us and we'd go to it. That's a bad thing?
I'm still opposed.
Okay.
We don't need to talk about it.
That's okay. So, I'm gonna sign. She'll need to sign and then she'll get signatures from, Stacy and Jason. You gonna sign? Get it. You're already there for another month anyway.
Right.
Okay, so that's taken care of. Next thing on our agenda that isn't on your agenda is, one of the things that we didn't do last week, is we did not approve the minutes of the peer hearing that we had for, Tom Perry on April 23rd. We approved the license, not the, minutes. So I'd like to make a motion that we approve the minutes. We all sign, for peer review, hearing. Do I have these?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now it's official. And the next thing I have on my list is, the ordinance.
Yes, I'll make it quick. So we sent the drafts of the 3 new ordinances to the attorneys. They sent us their responses back, which I sent to you guys, to look over. John Anderson has spoken with Emily, to look at her, Emily Rabb from Kennedy Planning Commission, to see her availability to kind of this one to help us explain the LD 2003. So basically what we have now are 2 dates. May 20, we're doing it twice, May 21st and May 23rd, 6:30.
May 23rd at 6:30, is that a Wednesday?
How are you doing it? I think we'll be doing it.
May 23rd.
Yeah, Thursday. Yeah, because I was gonna say Wednesday is a RSU meeting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any input on the comments?
No, actually, I looked at those, but then I looked at the feedback that you had given John, and it sounds like, yeah, I agree with what John had.
Well, I'd like to see us talk, but I don't want to. So I think I'd like to move into the discussion.
Right, that's when we should have.
Right.
Right.
And if there's further consideration from GCAT's points, that might be. I think John made some good comments about those. So but actually let's move on to that. It means setting a date.
That's what the 21st and the 23rd are.
We can open up the public to.
That's what those 2 dates are.
Okay.
Right.
And that's when people can argue or not, or we'll get further feedback
Try
from.
to just, yeah, and also I want to put the drafts of at least the new ordinances, the changes to what would make the represent on the website, but we can put the new ones on the website so people can read them. Yeah.
It's not, that's, it's not.
Yes, it's
I
okay.
agree.
I'm not
I agree.
honest.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jim's following it. So,
That's all you can do.
yeah, I mean, so
It's
it's easy using the town hall.
Yeah.
It's just using the town hall.
You know, and I was thinking when Jim was talking, because one of the new ordinances is the driveway. And I was wondering if you talk about it that time, is that an opportunity, especially if that's the last one you do, that an opportunity maybe for him to at least say something about what he's thinking? And get some, just have people starting to think about, you know, when he was talking about the roads or expensive we do. Is that an opportunity to start to just say, think about this? It's just gonna come up.
Well, the reasoning behind, people need to understand.
Yep.
Proposing new ordinances, so that's definitely. Oh, no, definitely, we have to. We're gonna
Yes.
put it on the, yeah.
Okay, yeah. And I'm wondering if you want to go back to Jim with John's comments. Are they legal issues or are they just,
Yeah.
I mean, one of them was wording about calling it renter and she said, yeah.
Same thing, the other two, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
She,
Take it back, so the 21st and 23rd, those two, Tuesday and Thursday, will be, meetings for the.
Public meeting.
Well, we figured 2 nights this way, we make sure if someone can't make it one night, they make it another, and also because it's, you know, it's a lot to discuss.
And then an additional pre-town meeting hearing. To get feedback on.
I think that would be. Yeah. So I'm thinking, I guess what I'm leaning towards is, let's maybe add to the agenda, maybe longer, fortunately, but I proposed, we talked in previous meetings about having a discussion of the town hall issues and likely capital needs.
Being there would be a good.
That's what I have.
Yeah.
But also what was proposed on right land work there, the revaluation options there. Jim has his road plan. And then overall we have a overhead. Well, so we don't necessarily want to, I don't think.
maybe they'll
That's
get it out of their system by the time that Saturday rolls around.
And are they gonna be like identical agendas for each session?
I would think that was the point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so give you the chance. Like this, I sense again this reluctance to have take up people's time to discuss stuff in advance. But I think it's really important actually to get information out in advance. Yeah, And so even if it's only a dozen people, I think it helps to get discussion going with the town meeting. But
I think it would be important to maybe to agenda with time slips.
Yes.
You could end up.
Yes.
Right, planning for.
Forever, yes.
So you got it. Yeah.
Yes.
I know.
Jim?
Show up back, ordinance and laws sheet.
Twice, 2 days. Yep, that's if we do that, yeah. Mario?
That comment came up from one of the last meeting.
Yep.
And I think that, right, to answer that, there's a town meeting, select meeting, everything, welcome to it.
Okay. Take it.
There's a tape. She sends out the newsletter.
Yep.
I mean, they have nothing. You shouldn't be afraid.
Yeah. Yep. It's 2 hours because, but you'll get input, Jim.
Whatever it takes to get
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep. But I think this board has really gone above and beyond trying to be transparent. And we are being taped every single week, and if you have any doubt about what's being said, you can listen to it at any point in time. So yeah, I agree. It's just don't like to make public praise. So is it 6:30 on the 21st and the 23rd? I just want to make sure I catch it. Okay. All right, any other business?
so we will also then. Down.
Big
Yep.
Yeah, well, we want to get input.
Yeah.
There's an opportunity to ask about the,
Is there a way that we should
sign.
do it so that people could give input other than, being there? Like, present the information, maybe have some questions, but then go home and digest it and give their thoughts back another way.
They could send,
Email,
they could send an email to
Yeah.
the select board.
yeah.
We actually did when we had this session. Design, and we had a public hearing about that. But yeah, actually, folks sent in to the select.
Yeah.
It's down here.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's just another way, because it's gonna be a lot. So preempting, getting the information out ahead of time is really important, so people can read it, digest it, formulate their questions, make the meeting more efficient. So everything that we're gonna include should sort of,
Tricky pieces of the warrant. Or maybe thing.
This is actually input that help us finalize what we wanted to do.
yeah,
People, that's kind of why it's important. to do.
it's the like, yeah. I don't know.
Which ordinance supersedes or state or
State statute.
state?
We
State
can
statute.
make our ordinances stricter than the states. We can't make it more lenient than the states.
And just a little fast, and I don't think all after all 3 years on the select board is we don't as a town have a lot of effective power in place. So if we really want to enforce something, it's difficult. And that's actually why it's important to have statute behind it. Even in case with statute isn't always that easy for the town to be efficient.
Also, I think you are the law. You're on the law of state.
it's what the courts keep hearing back.
That's with this issue.
Yeah, the issues that we try to address that the courts aren't necessarily knowing.
So even if we covered ourselves and done everything we think we should do, still, it's like the court's not willing to spend time. So, any other thoughts before we call it a night? All right, hearing none, I'd like to make a motion that we adjourn for the night. Do I have a second?
So,
All in favor?
Right.
so on these other items,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,